I probably should have made this video after Oh Look, There's a Snake in the Garden. So I'm sorry that this video is a little late and I'm a little late on explaining what's going on with Norman and Drake, but hey, I'm doing it right now, so that's something. The burning question that's probably on everyone's mind is, why? Why did I make Drake cheat on Norman? Why did I suddenly decide to break them up? It's not a simple answer, and it has a lot to do with me personally and what has happened in the past in my life. So, you're in for some pretty deep shit we're about to go into. So for the OGs on my channel, you're probably familiar with one of the first series I came up with on my channel called Butterflies that featured Norman and Drake and how they found each other as a couple. I was so compelled to make this series because I had recently just found love, meaning my ex-boyfriend. This was the symbol for that, me finding love, me finding someone to love, and how I felt this newfound love that felt so real, even though it wasn't. I saw myself as Norman in that situation, and I saw my boyfriend more as Drake. That was when, until later in the year of 2021, that I finally realized that the love I felt for my boyfriend, the so-called love, wasn't real. It was never there. It was just infatuation. And my friends, they told me over and over, he was a toxic person. You should not trust him. He's giving off toxic vibes and I don't like him. And at first, I didn't want to listen to them because I was so prideful and on top of my high horse, and I finally found someone that made me happy, that I wasn't just about to give them up because my friends wanted to give them up. So I fought back and I talked back and I refused to listen because I just didn't want to lose the one thing that was making me happy. That's when I think I decided to throw Diane into the mix. She symbolized my friends who saw the other side of my ex and who tried to warn me about the dangers of staying with him. Norman getting angry at Diane was exactly how I acted when I got angry with my friends. I didn't want to listen and I pushed them away and I hurt them. And lastly, I think Rick, Norman's abusive ex-boyfriend, symbolized my mom because we didn't have the best of relationships. They were really gaslighting and manipulative and threatened me with fear and acts of violence. And I was helpless and I couldn't do anything about it. But now that I'm becoming a woman, I'm starting to deter away from her. Finding my ex, I felt that it was a breath of fresh air, a way for me to get away from all the horrors of my regular daily life, and a way for me to stay connected to someone that really cared about me. Cared in heavy quotation marks because they obviously never cared about me and only cared about themselves. And also, for those of you who still remember, do you remember the Bad Una series that was on my channel? Well, you'll find that it has been deleted. The reason for that is because a toxic friend of mine was helping me with it. They did the voice for Una, they did everything. And we fell out and it was not pretty, and they demanded for me to take down all the stuff that they were in. So I was like, whatever, I just don't want to deal with you anymore. So I deleted everything. And also, remember the Norman and Drake wedding thing that I had an idea for when I reached 2K? Yeah, that's been canceled too because, again, my boyfriend used to be the voice of Drake, and my ex-best friend was doing the voice of Una. And so when we fell apart, so did that project, and now it's canceled. So I'm really sorry about that. Me and my toxic best friend falling out was also the reason why I changed Una's design, because I didn't want to be reminded of them and how I was involved with them. I just didn't want to be reminded of that. Una is now much older and is now Rick's sister. And the story has changed quite a bit. She doesn't live with Norman and Drake anymore. In fact, she never did. She wanders hell on her own and gets into mischief on her own. So she still has the troublemaker title. But yeah, lots of things have changed. And the relationship between Una and Norman is more deep and complex. But we'll get into that sometime in the future. Anyways, those were the reasons that I had decided to break Norman and Drake up, and why I had Drake cheat on Norman with his ex. I hope you guys do understand, and I hope you guys aren't too upset. And I especially want to apologize to my character Norman, because poor Norman has so many exes and so many people that he got into relationships with that didn't stick. So don't worry, Norman. We are going to find you a permanent relationship that is going to stick. The next part of There's a Snake in the Garden will be out soon, after I finish another video I'm working on with Kenneth, because Kenneth rarely gets attention in the radio family and he needs love too, so I gotta finish making something for him first. But keep an eye out for something that's gonna happen between Norman and Drake, where Norman finally gets the justice he's looking for.